Hello and welcome back to another gear review, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Rab Kinetic Ultra waterproof jacket. So like in all my gear reviews, I'm going to start off running through the specs of the jacket, and then I'll share my thoughts and opinions on the jacket after a few months of use. So the Kinetic Ultra jacket is a part of Rab's new Skyline range that they released a few months back in early 2022. And the jacket is a waterproof jacket, and it's made to withstand those awful conditions that you can get out on the mountains when you're out on your runs. So the fabric that they've used in the jacket is their ProFlex material, which is the same material that they have used in their Kinetic Alpine jackets. And it is made up of 3 layers, and of those layers, the outer and the inner are made from recycled materials. Their ProFlex fabric that they use is very waterproof. It has a hydrostatic head of 10,000. As well as it being very waterproof, it is also extremely breathable and has an MTR rating of 35,000, which basically means it is extremely breathable. It is one of the most breathable running jackets that you'll find on the market. And their ProFlex fabric is nice and stretchy and soft and quiet. And it comes with a crown adjustable hood, so it can be adjusted at the back. And it also has this little peak, which has been designed to replicate an actual cap. And it has just started raining. I would usually stop, but we are reviewing a waterproof jacket, so I'm gonna carry on. So the jacket weighs 277 grams, and it can pack away really nice and small. With it being a running jacket, Rab decided not to put any pockets here. However, there is one pocket on the sleeve that you can shove your gels in, car keys, bank card, that sort of thing. The sleeves on the jacket are elasticated just on the lower half, and you've got this little cuff that extends over the wrist so it can go over your watch and that sort of thing and keep that protected and dry. And if you didn't want the hood to be out, it can be rolled up, and there is this elasticated bungee here which attaches onto a little hook within the jacket, and then your hood can be stored away so it's not going to be getting in the way when you're running. The jacket also comes in 2 different colours. You can go for this yellowy lime colour that I've gone for, or there is a grey and black version as well. And lastly, the jacket can be adjusted at the hem as well to tighten and loosen it off, and it has got a no snag kind of button system in there as well to stop it from getting caught on things. So I've really quickly run through the specs there. I'm now going to go a bit deeper into those specs and tell you my thoughts and opinions after owning it for a couple of months. So I'm going to start off by saying I absolutely love this jacket. When I first got it, I got quite a lot of use out of it during my runs. I then got injured, but I've carried on using it for all my hiking, and it's been absolutely fantastic so far. One of the main reasons why I do love this jacket is the ProFlex fabric that they've used throughout the jacket. I think it is absolutely fantastic. It is extremely breathable. I've owned this jacket throughout the summer, so I've really been able to test out the breathability. I've been out in some warm, humid conditions when it's been raining, and it has performed extremely well. Easily the most breathable waterproof I've ever owned. Not only is it extremely breathable, it is also really comfortable. So in the past, I've always owned those kind of crunchy material waterproof jackets, which do perform really well. However, they're not as breathable, and they're also quite uncomfortable on the skin. I'm just wearing a t-shirt under here today, and it is really nice and soft on the skin. And not only is it breathable and soft, it is also really nice and quiet, which is a bit of a personal preference when it comes to a jacket. Some people don't mind that crunchy sound. However, when you're doing a long run and you've got a waterproof that has that kind of crunchy material, it can be very loud and it can start to get very annoying. So the fabric is really nice and quiet. And it's so breathable that when it hasn't been raining and there's been a bit of wind and it's been a bit chilly, I've just been throwing it on as a bit of a windbreaker. And if it's a showery day as well, in between those showers, I don't really take it off because I don't really feel the need to. And if you did start to get a bit hot, you can undo the zip a little bit. And this is actually a feature which I forgot to mention at the beginning. They've got this little button on the inner of the jacket. You clip that on there and you can open your jacket up fully, be running, and it's not going to be flying all over the place. That keeps it really nice and enclosed. So that little feature is perfect in between showers if you just want a bit more ventilation but you don't want to take your jacket off. And obviously the important question, is it waterproof? I've used it in some really big downpours and I haven't got wet. So far it has kept me really nice and dry. Obviously I've only owned the jacket for 2 months. I am very interested to see how the jacket performs over a longer period of time, especially with the fact that it has used recyclable materials. Obviously using recycled materials in products is awesome, it's what everyone wants to see. However, there are some products out there that have used recycled materials that haven't performed that well over a longer period of time, as it can affect the quality and the longevity. However, so far it's held up really well. The material feels absolutely fantastic, so I highly doubt there is going to be any problems over a longer period of time. I will maybe do a follow-up video in a year's time. Another thing that I really like about the material is that it feels a bit thicker. With it being that 3 layers, you just feel like you're getting protected a bit more from not only the rain, but also the wind. And compared to a lot of other running waterproofs out there, such as the Rab Phantom, which is extremely thin, packs away to absolutely nothing, you feel like you're not actually getting protected that much from the elements when it gets really bad out there. Whereas with this jacket, with its 3 layers, it has a bit more of a thickness to it, which I really like. But obviously with that comes the added extra weight. The jacket weighs 277 grams, which is still light, but it's nowhere near as light as some of the other running waterproofs out on the market. So if you're wanting something that's going to pack away to absolutely nothing, this probably isn't the waterproof for you. However, it still rolls up into the hood relatively small, packed away into your bag. I've had it in the back of my 12-litre running vest. Still loads of room for other items in there. So for me, the size hasn't been a problem whatsoever. But if you were someone who was looking for a really lightweight piece of kit and you're wearing maybe a waist belt or a really small vest, it's probably not the jacket for you. And as I was saying earlier, you can really tell it has been designed purely for running. With there being no pockets here, it's something that I thought I was going to find a little bit annoying when I first ordered the jacket. However, it hasn't really been a problem. When I'm running, I don't usually like to have things in these pockets as they kind of bounce up and down, and it's just a bit annoying. I have used the arm pocket a little bit, shoved my car keys in there mainly. I can put all my music and everything onto my watch, so I don't need my phone with me. If I want to be listening to music, I can get it all off my watch. However, if you were wanting to take a phone out with you, it doesn't really fit in the pocket. I have rammed my iPhone 12 in there and it just fit. And to be honest with you, I didn't like putting it in there as it felt like it was stretching the fabric a little bit. So if you've got a phone any bigger than an iPhone 12, it's not going to fit in there. And even if you have got an iPhone, it's really hard to get in there. So that is maybe a negative, that a phone doesn't fit in there, because a lot of people like to take a phone with them when they're running for emergencies, GPS, all that sort of thing. Most people have shorts that have pockets in for a phone, so yeah, it's not really a massive negative by any means. And lastly, on the fabric, it moves so nice with the body. It's really nice and stretchy. I've never felt restricted or like it's getting in the way of my running motion. The stretch that they've got in the fabric works absolutely fantastic. And lastly, we'll go on to the hood. And for me, hoods are really important because I've had jackets in the past where the hood just hasn't fitted properly at all. So the hood, it does fit really nice onto the head. I always run with a cap, so I'm going to keep my cap on, but it does come with that beak, which is really good. If you don't run with a cap, it does protect your face from that rain. Really nice and really tight. It's not really loose or baggy. The elasticated rim works really well. And then when you're not using it, like I said earlier, you can fold it up and attach it with that bungee, which is a really, really good little feature. The little hem adjuster works really well. I like to tighten it up relatively tight, because I'm quite a slim build, so I don't want any air getting under there. But yeah, works really well, hasn't snagged on anything, haven't had any issues with it at all. And for the sleeves, the system seems to work well. I like how the elastication is just on the lower half. It means I can very easily just look at my watch and cover it up again, whereas if it was all elasticated, you kind of have to tackle it a bit to get it over your watch and look at your watch. I've got a very slim arms and very slim wrists, so it is maybe a little bit baggy. I haven't really noticed it when I've been out running, but when I bought the jacket, I did notice that it does sit a little bit baggy, but I guess the jacket is made for everyone, not just for my little slim wrists. So it's not a problem. I haven't really had any problems with it. But maybe it would be nice if that was a little bit tighter, but that's just for me. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I've been super impressed with it so far. For me, the main thing that I love is the material. It is just so soft, really nice on the skin, breathes extremely well. I love it so much that I'm definitely going to get the Rab Kinetic Alpine version made for hiking, so it's a bit more built up, a bit more durable. Let me know in the comments if you've owned this jacket and if you have found another jacket out on the market similar to this, because I'd really like to compare the two. But for me, I highly recommend giving this jacket a go. And at £180, it is expensive, but I think it is really worth the money for what you're getting, as it is going to perform so well when you're out on your runs. It's going to keep you dry and it's going to keep you a lot cooler than so many other waterproofs out on the market. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you do own it, let me know what your experiences are of it so far. I hope you enjoyed this gear review. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.